Welcome back to Everything Defensive Carry. Today we're going to do some shooting with the J frame, model 442, Smith & Wesson Airweight revolver, weighs about 15 ounces, 5-shot. Most people are familiar with this. I've had a whole bunch of them over the years. I keep coming back to it because for what it is, you just really can't beat it. I'll be shooting some hand loads that I've got for it. 158 grain round nose lead. Usually carry semi-wad cutters in it, but I'm out of those. I haven't sat down and hand loaded anything in quite a while. The reason I'm making this video is a lot of times it'll come up, people ask, well, how tight of groups should I be getting at a certain distance? So we're going to try to see just what that should look like. Now, the J-frame revolver is probably one of the hardest revolvers that there is to shoot. Short barrel, sight radius, double action trigger pull. A lot of people think it's inaccurate, but it's not inaccurate. It's as accurate as any other gun. But it's that heavy trigger combined with that short sight radius that makes it that much more difficult to shoot well with. So, I'm going to try it. I think somebody wanted to know from 7 yards, I believe it was, 7-10 yards. I'll do 7 yards. And we'll see how tight I can get my groups, and we'll go from there. We had a little malfunction there. Let me reset. That had to be the longest 5-shot group in history. So, here's what I got. Don't pay attention to that. That's where the staple was, that top one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 hits, 7 yards. So for a comparative in size, I think I've got a quarter. Yeah. So there's a quarter. So at 7 yards, I was able to shoot a group. A quarter would cover up 3 of those, and it's about, I'd say about 1.5 inches distance, maybe 2 inches, maybe 1 inch or 3/4 from this shot to that shot. So, so that's doing it with the J-frame revolver, double action. Like I said, it's generally known as the hardest gun to shoot accurately at distance. So anyway, there you go. I think a lot of people overlook the J-frame for what it is. I think it's about one of the best defensive handguns that a person could carry for most people, for what their purposes would be. The problem isn't with the capacity or the size of the gun, it's with the individual user. Most people will not shoot this gun well enough to be able to use it proficiently, as we know proficiency, or from whatever gauge you want to measure proficiency. But most people will not be able to shoot this gun as well as they would your standard Glock or other polymer wonder, or especially like a 1911 with a good trigger. So even the small 9mm are much easier to shoot than this, and it really is just it's really all about that trigger. That trigger's it's a long double action pull, you know, short sight radius. So both of those things together complicate most people's ability to shoot it well. I like it. I think I shoot it all right. I shoot it well enough that I feel comfortable carrying it. This is my gun when I'm not carrying a gun, so I prefer, you know, I prefer a 1911. That's my favorite pistol, or some other type of you know, pistol that's larger. But tell you what, I have been to places where I would have loved to have had even this. So if this is all you got, or this is all you can afford, or if this is all you want to bother with, if you can get out and put some practice time in, it will serve you well. So anyway, we'll wait to see you next time. Thanks.